Did you? Welcome back to Union Station and on Iowa Live. We've got the legend, Tom Lilly, Xavier girls basketball coach in the house. 40 years you've been doing this.
40 years. It just seems like yesterday when I started.
Time flies by. You've been Xavier's only head girls basketball coach 1998, and then 2003 you won your first 5 state titles. That was a special team, wasn't it?
Well, it was a team that really came together when they needed to come together, and they supported each other. But I had a little point guard, Kristen Jennings, who
I remember Kristen.
Yeah, she was mean as hell. And I'm telling you that the rest of the group just, yes.
Had one of the Ridge daughters on that team, right? Ryan on that team?
We had Ryan on there, and they really.
This is it right here. That was Kristen right there making a shot for you.
Yeah, how about that? Look at that.
On cue.
Maggie O'Connell.
Yeah, over 600 wins, 5 state titles, 17 trips to state. Success kind of breeds success, doesn't it, Coach?
Well, it does, and once you got that first one under the belt, and that was the first one Xavier was able to, hang the banners. So it kind of started something that's been pretty special at Xavier, and we've had a lot of success, and we're pretty proud of it. But girls basketball is something that continues, and we keep making sure our kids that are sitting over here right now represent the number, 30, 22, 13, whatever happens to be, because a lot of people wear those jerseys.
One thing, if someone asked me to define Xavier girls basketball, especially under you, I'd say defense and toughness. Am I right?
Well, I think that's pretty accurate, which is kind of interesting because when I played, I loved to just jack it up. Forget about that defensive stuff.
Yeah.
But it is a situation where every player can find a way onto the particular floor if they can do those two things.
They can't play for you, right, unless they can play defense?
Well, we certainly think that that's where it all starts, and it helps to add some offensive skill set in this day and age, but realistically, our kids really are good, honest individuals who want to play with other kids and just be on a good team. And a lot of them were just interested in finishing, going off to college. And, then we have a few that are interested in continuing to play.
We're watching Libby Fandel there with the steal, averaging 23.5 points a game, 9.7 rebounds. It does help to have a player of her ability, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. It makes coaching pretty simple, when you do that. And the thing about Libby, she's a special kid, but to talk to her and be around her, you would never guess that, she has a skill set that you just read off. And she just wants to be a good teammate. She loves the game of basketball. She's pretty passionate about it. And she's not afraid to put in the time. You don't get that good without putting in the time.
As we mentioned, she cannot win a state title by herself. You have to bring a lot of players and a lot of role players along, and it looks like you're doing that now, off to an 8-4 start. It looks like you're improving.
Well, we think we are. We feel pretty good about where we're at, and we have a couple losses that we'd like to have back. Of course, most coaches dwell on the losses more than the wins, and so realistically, it's just a situation where we just speak of togetherness, passionate, work hard, get 1% better every day. And if we could continue to do that, then down the road, you never know what we might be able to accomplish.
Because it's what you do down the road and not necessarily you're trying to improve every game. What are you going to miss about this when you're done?
Those kids over there.
Yeah. The relationships.
Yeah, they just they've always have been a special bunch. You see them come, they come and they graduate, and then you have another bunch, and then you just keep, turning them over. And you've been doing it a long time, but realistically, being in the classroom, coaching, teaching, those types of things, they keep you young, and so you got to kind of, have your wits about you because they're a lot smarter than I am, and so they they challenge you, and it's a different type of kid today compared to back in 1998 or even before that at Regis.
All right, we're going to have all the players on stage when we come back on Iowa Live. Welcome back to On Iowa Live. The Saints are all on stage, and Tom, you can't win it by yourself as a coach either. You've got one of the best assistant coaches in the business over here.
Yeah, absolutely. Believe it or not, she's been with our program for 31 years.
Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing, actually. And it makes life a lot easier to come to practice. And she's given a lot of responsibility, and she's essentially head coach material, in my opinion. And when you coach with somebody long enough, then you have the ability to go back and forth. And some people kind of think like, God, these guys must be married, because we argue and we and it's just kind of like, oh. Realistically, that's how you develop relationships, and you understand that it's just sports, and then you walk away and it's good. She's the only assistant coach I've ever had that challenges me almost often as she can.
Girls are giggling in the background, by the way. Taylor Rexroth, one of the senior captains with the mic, and you got the job tonight of mentioning all the girls on the team.
Yep. Okay, so we'll start over there. We start with Brooke. That's Abby, Kiki, Samantha, Kaylee, Macy, Gianna, Jordan, that's our manager, Ella, Maisie, Reese, Giselle, Libby, and Madden.
Taylor, can you talk about the chemistry on this team?
I mean, we're all just really bonded together, especially after all of our scrimmages that we've had over Christmas break. We actually had a sleepover all together, so that was really fun. A lot of us have been together, playing together for last year and this year, so we built that experience, and it's really helped us. So.
Your brother plays football for Iowa. You're the better athlete, all right?
We could say that.
All right, hand the mic over to Libby if you can. You're going to play for Kansas Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Have you learned that chant yet?
For sure.
Talk a little bit about what it's like, because obviously you have to score on this team, but it's a team and you can't do it by yourself.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I think I have the teammates that go after the balls that I miss, and I do miss a lot. And Madden over here is really aggressive, and she likes to go get those. And I think passing, when I'm getting double teamed, I can always rely on someone to kick out to and make a shot for me. So
you've worked hard on your outside shot, and it shows. Is that something in the off season because you're shooting lights out right now?
Yeah, it's just a ongoing thing. Gotta keep working at it all the time.
Madden, if you can hand the mic over to Madden. Madden Wilson averaging 8.4 points and 6.7 rebounds a game. Talk a little bit about this team and the role that you play on the team.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like my role on the team would just be trying to pass it to people and give people open looks and trying to be as aggressive as I can. And I feel like our team has really grown as the season's gone on and just becoming best friends with everyone. So.
Coach, Madden does everything. 8.4 points, 6.7 rebounds, 3.5 assists. You've kind of got to have a glue player on the team. She's it, right?
Yeah, she's tough as nails. She came off an ACL last year and joined us full swing in middle of January, and we knew that it was going to have some impact. And coming into this year, it was a situation where, with all that experience coming in, and she's another kid that puts in the time and the effort, and yeah, she's a pit bull. She'll be gnarling on you if you're not paying attention.
Madden, what kind of goals have you set for this team as a team? What kind of goals do you have?
I think our goals are especially sharing the ball, being aggressive with everyone, trying to build each other up and be positive with each other, and just having fun mainly.
Coach, that's impressive. She never mentioned winning a state championship. She mentioned the things to get to win a state championship.
That's absolutely true. We talk about goals, but we also talk about pillars that hold your goals up. And so she just mentioned all the pillars that you have to do. If you don't have something strong to hold up, what you want to try to accomplish, you're probably not going to get there. So Madden is a basketball hooper, and she loves the game, and she helps with everything that we need to do. And one of these moments, her brain is going to click on, and she's going to go, man, I think just like Coach Lilly right now. I don't know if that's good or bad, but you always want your point guard to be an extension of the head coach on the floor, and she's really gaining a really strong understanding about how to play and how we would like to play, you know, as a Xavier High School.
Libby, what is Xavier basketball going to miss when this guy leaves?
Man, a lot. For sure, the quote of the day. That's important. I think that he really taught us, like you said before, 1% better each day. And he's taught so many people what it's like to be a leader, and I think that's really what we're going to miss. And not me necessarily, but all of them for sure. The leader role is important, and I think I've really learned a lot from that.
You'll take that the rest of your life, won't you?
For sure.
All right. You guys host Linmar tomorrow night, and then you're at Dubuque Hempstead, right, Friday?
Yep, it's just, you just keep going. The Mississippi Valleys is just, you know, a different layer of sports, just like, you know, the Big Ten and the Big Eight. And so our conference is tough. We got a lot of strong basketball players and great coaches. And so it's just week in, you know. So we're coming off like, you know, we played a Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. So, you know, you get a 2-day break and playing it and again. So it's just kind of one of those things that they probably would rather play anyway. So
right, when you win a state championship, you guys are going to come back and visit us, all right?
Right here.
All right. Thanks for coming out, everybody.